Pete, so let's say you've established there's feasibility, like you said, you've met with the IT team. Now you've kind of framed up this has potential. I think we can do this. I need to pitch this to potentially skeptical leadership, board members. How do you go about selling this internally?
How I had it's really funny. This isn't an old story, but back a long time ago, I was running the U.S. Navy's Tomahawk cruise missile program, and we had on the books for many a year, and we were always trying to sell, along with a lot of capabilities. We were trying to sell an ability to reprogram the missile target in flight, which was a big thing. Send the missile, to send it up, and then give it a new route system or new routes and things like that. And it wasn't until we had an admiral get before the JCS, and JCS asked him basically, the Air Force can do this, why can't the Navy? And then all of a sudden, all of the briefings and everything, he thought of it and said, we can go do that. Here are the guys that can get me going on it. And he gives us a call. Next day, actually, he gutted a whole program. At that time, it was like a couple $1 billion, which at that time was really big. And so we gutted the entire thing. So what I like to go do is I am constantly talking to my stakeholders, and I am constantly politely evangelizing. I'd like to take a prototype that we have and then go show it to folks with not the expectations that I'm gonna get the big sell right now, but they'll take it, and then if they have a need, they start making it, internalizing it, making it their own idea, and can you go do this, and can we get the right ROI on it? And then from there, you kind of got to know the customer. And then also in my big stakeholder meetings, the executive team meetings, my board presentations and things like that, I can go show the real simple prototypes to stimulate thoughts from that. And then all of a sudden, it will come up one day, can we go do this? I go, yes, we can. And then I know that I have a constituent, and then I know we have a need, and then I know I've got a sell ready for the new capability. So it's really a soft sell, but I'm always doing it. And not just in this area, but in a lot of other areas also. Well, need to reorganize my service desk, need to do this, and HR, I need you to go do this. Legal, we got vulnerabilities over here. You're always evangelizing your needs and so forth, and you don't always win, but then all of a sudden when you have a need, they have a need, they'll think about it and they say, we have this capability inside the organization. Yeah, so what advice do you have? So as I do that, I'll be honest with you, you got the glum guys that go, yeah, ho hum, and you got the other guy that says, I don't really need that. So how do you keep on selling it? How do you handle the pushback?
I think if you're the CIO in an organization, you have to establish a mindset. And that mindset is every company is also a tech company. So from insurance to healthcare and manufacturing, we're all gathering and leveraging data and using that to make business decisions. And just irrespective of AI and other technologies, I think the most innovative organizations have to recognize this fact. And then you need to ask yourselves, could competitors and upstarts in our field leverage AI to make better and faster decisions? Could they leverage AI, say, in their call center and on their e-commerce sites to give customers a better experience? And we're seeing that happening. Could they reduce their labor costs and find operational efficiencies to provide better pricing, maybe better pricing than us? And these are the type of questions you need to ask, because if your firm doesn't do this, a competitor, an upstart, absolutely will. Inaction is a decision. That's my advice for CIOs when you get pushback. If we choose not to act, that's a decision. And there are costs of indecision and inaction. We want to be the innovators. We want to displace, not be the displacees. That's how I would respond. And if you're still getting pushback from that kind of mindset, maybe you're in the wrong mindset. It says, well, all we do is manufacture. We don't need tech. What kind of organization is going to thrive 20 years from now with the wrong mindset in leadership?